Hello and welcome back to the Comet Weekly, your community, your news every week. I'm Hadley Bartling.
And I'm Aiden Chandler. Every week we bring you the latest and up-to-date news in the elementary and middle school here at Velma Elma Schools.
Last Saturday, we had our trunk or treat at our community door-to-door trick or treat. We asked you to send in pictures of your ghouls and goblins, and you didn't disappoint. Here's a look at what you sent in.
Thanks again for all you that sent in pictures, but Saturday wasn't the only time to dress up. This past week was Red Ribbon Week, and every day was a different dress-up day.
Red Ribbon Week is the oldest and largest drug prevention campaign in the nation.
You know what, Hadley? Just like that, it's November. Do you realize that we're only 3 weeks away from Thanksgiving break?
Yes, one of my favorite holidays.
One thing that isn't 3 weeks away is the presidential election.
Oh no, you're not going to get into political debates and stuff like that, are you?
No. But our Quad Squad decided to hold the first ever Comet Weekly election to see what middle school teacher they would select as president of the Velma Elma Middle School Rotunda. Here's the Quad Squad.
Welcome back to the Quad Squad. Today we'll be asking you a very important question. This Tuesday, everyone's question is, who will our president be? But our important question is, who will the middle schoolers choose to be their president out of all the teachers? Cam, out of all the teachers in the middle school, who do you think would be the best president?
Coach Wagner.
Brindley, out of all the teachers in the middle school, who are you voting to be your president?
I think the best president would be Coach Wagner.
Emma, out of all the middle school teachers, who do you think would be the best president?
I think probably Miss Dunn.
Hinder, which teacher are you picking to be your president of 2025?
Miss Raw, you're right.
Which teacher are you voting for your president of 2025?
Miss Folsom.
Out of all the teachers in the middle school, who would you want to be president?
Miss Robbie Wright.
Cooper, which teacher are you voting for?
Coach Justice.
Out of all the teachers in middle school, who would you vote to be president?
Ms. Dunn.
Parker, who are you voting for?
Miss Wright.
Who are you voting for to be your president?
Miss Wright.
Who are you voting for to be your president?
Definitely Coach Wagner.
Who are you voting to be your president?
Miss Wright.
Stay tuned for next week's Comet Weekly, and you'll find out who your next 2025 Velma Elma Middle School president will be. For now, I'm Bentley Kraft.
I'm Jillian Cokers.
Next Friday, we will have our Velma Elma Veterans Day ceremony in the new gym at 9:30. Next week, we will talk with several veterans and Mr. Rice about what Veterans Day means to them ahead of the ceremony.
Also, next week in the safe room will be the book fair. There is also a good book to read, so stop by and find one.
Before we go to the weather and sports, here's this week's Comet Kids.
And one more addition to Comet Kids, Miss Wright's second grade held a pumpkin decorating contest.
Miss Wright's class chose a book to read and do a pumpkin book report. Each student created a book report and decorated a pumpkin of the characters.
Hello, welcome back to your Comet Weekly Weather. Today we're going to have a high of 79 degrees with a low of 62 degrees, and it's going to be mostly cloudy. Today we're also going to have a north wind heading 10 to 20 miles per hour, and there's going to be a 10% chance of rain. Kickoff tonight is going to have east to southeast winds at 10 miles per hour with a 10% chance of rain, and it's going to be 72 degrees. Saturday we're going to have a high of 70 degrees and a low of 65 degrees where it's going to be raining pretty hard. Saturday we're also going to have a north wind of 10 to 15 miles per hour with a 90% chance of rain. Sunday we're going to have a high of 72 degrees and a low of 66 degrees with it being rainy most of the day. Sunday we're also going to have south winds going 15 to 30 miles per hour with a 90% chance of rain.
Honor roll. That's a good way to describe that Velma-Elma High School football team. Winners of 3 straight. The Comets look to continue that streak tonight as they take on Wilson in a big district matchup. The game starts at 7. Be there and be loud.
Honor roll is how you could also describe our high school girls cross country team this past week. The Lady Comets cross country team has finished as regional runner-ups and qualified for the state meet tomorrow at Edmond, Santa Fe, starting at 2:55. Good luck, girls. And congratulations to Cassidy Thompson. Not only has she committed to play softball at the next level at WSC and Altus, but she was also selected as a Class A all-region catcher.
And finally, it's a busy time for Velma-Elma sports. Softball just finished not too long ago. Football's winding down. And starting next week, middle school and junior high basketball start with our annual 7th grade tournament. And first junior high game on Monday at Geronimo. And who better to get you pumped about Velma-Elma basketball than head coach, Coach Bear. Here's our reporter, Jagger Sanner.
Thanks, Carson. I'm here today with the GOAT of Velma-Elma basketball, and as we all know, the biggest Elvis fan in Stevens County, Coach Bear. Coach Bear, thanks for joining with us today.
Glad to be here.
What can the fans look forward to this junior high season?
Junior high, I think we're going to have lots of depth. We've got some good players, and a lot of our freshmen got a lot of playing time as 8th graders. So we ought to have a little bit of experience. And then we've had some kids move in that are going to really help. And so far, in 2 weeks of practice, we've been getting after it and having good attitudes. And I really think the thing to look for is an upbeat, fast-paced offense and an aggressive defense.
What is it about Velma basketball that gets people excited year in and year out?
Well, what I think has happened at Velma, and they had gone to the state tournament 2 years before I got here, and I got here in the 97-98 season, but we haven't had a losing season in junior high or high school. I don't know. We get after it. We have kids that are excited to play. Most of the kids who need to play. We have multiple sports, and I encourage that. I was a multiple sport athlete, and I encourage all kids to be. I think having a coach who's been here a long time helps, because if you look around at some of these county schools, a lot of them have changed coaches 4 or 5 times since I've been here. So I think that helps a little bit, but mainly I think the way the kids in Velma, not just in basketball, in all sports, But I kind of think in basketball, we came up with the slogan last season is we don't rebuild, we just reload. And we're going to reload and get after it again this season.
Finally, how do you think I would look with that mustache like you have?
Well, I tell you what, the other day you drank some chocolate milk, and I thought you did have a mustache. So, I think you'd look pretty good. You'd be rocking it.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks, Coach Bear. We always look forward to basketball season here in Comet Country. That's a look at your Comet Sports. Now back to you in the studio.
That's all the time we have this episode of the Comet Weekly. Thank you for joining us.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow our Facebook page. And please, feel free to spread the word about us.
Tune back in next week for more Comet Kids, a preview of Veterans Day ceremony, and the latest Velma Elma news. Until next week, I'm Hadley Bartling.
And I'm Ain Chandler. Ka-chow.